Alright, so again, this is chart like 95. I forget the exact name of that. Let's look at this. This is a very interesting. I want to get all this. So this is using tops and bottoms of chords to make arpeggios. First of all, ignore the white ones. Ignore the white squared off ones first. It says these chords play the inversions only when not played fully barred. Root is G. G shaped. Okay? So we just played that, right? G, B, D. That is G shaped root. It can be played from C, but it still be G shaped because it's part of that G chord. It can be played from G, all right, from the G. I'm saying that would be well, that would be like a G. That would be a B flat major. Okay, because remember the G shape has the sixth on the bottom note. Because when you play a G chord from the open position on your guitar, the E becomes the sixth. Okay, so if you were to capo the G, what is the G the sixth of? The G is the sixth of B flat. Okay, so it doesn't. It's not a good example, but here's the G shape. No matter where you play it, B flat, you know, or C. I like the C. It's a C root. C, E, G. Now, the first inversion is the D shape. Now, the question is why? Okay, let's just play the root and then play the first inversion. Or let's find that over here. I found it on the first string. See what I did? I played root on the bottom three strings. Then I'm going to take the second inversion from this and move it back down to the bottom string. Guess where we land? That is a D shape. I just outlined it. That was all that playing. Was outlining that D shape to the point where we had a little more than we had the octave. Yeah, we had the octave on that first inversion. So first inversion is D shaped. Second inversion is C shaped. Why? Because if you play a C-shaped anything, it's just a C shape. We could play a C-shaped F, we could play a C-shaped C. Here's the C chord. Alright, so this is the hard fret nut. That's C shaped. C shaped is a second inversion. Why? Let's just go over here for a minute and let's just look at the Aeolian. Second inversion. Here is the actual C chord. If we're talking about root is the root C diagram, Here's the actual C chord. It starts on the 5th. Okay. So you can see it's 5 root 3. We always think of C as being like, oh, I'm going to play a nice C here. You know. But really, if you play that robust C with the you know, where you're also playing the 5th on the bottom, I can only do it with the capo. C has all the inversions. If you play that robust C with the 5th, you got 5 root 3, root 3 5, 3 5 root, 5 root 3. Okay, and you even have root 5 3 up there. You have like you know, 2 extra inversions there. So that's C. C is a second inversion shape, played from the bass there, okay? And this little C shape that's part of C says, I'm part of C. It's like, no, you're a D. You're a D. See, there's D says right there. You're a D shape right there. We just played you. That's a D shape C. It's, no, I'm part of C. I'm part of C. That's easy for me now because I have a sore throat. It'll crack into that little C voice. So anyway, that it also is second inversion. So it's nice when second inversion starts on the bottom and then it's on the top in the box. That's perfect. That's why C is such a great key. Things like this can happen. 5 root 3, 5 root 3. Let's go back over here for a second and look at our inversion chart here. Chord inversion assignments. Alright. I want to get this long part. Now, so we've done these guys. We've done the solids. We know that C is second inversion. I didn't know this until I charted it out and worked on it for a couple of days. You know, when I could work on it. It took me a couple of days. I got it straight. The D is the best for first inversion. Now, even though the D goes into a second inversion on top, let's look over at D a second. All right, we can do a D-shaped anything, so we can just zoom in on one of the D's. This guy here. This is actually below your fret nut here. This is the down C tuning nut. Here's the D shape, but actually in the D tripentatonic box, D is first inversion right there. 3 5 root 3. We played that before. Even though it goes into second inversion, okay, it's just the way it works out. So D we have as first inversion. Zoomed it over here. C is second inversion. We saw that, and we saw how root was. Now let's look at these. Before we get to the minors, let's look at these guys in the boxes. Let's just look at root for now. Guess what? If you start a G from the second string, it becomes a C. Here's a G shape from the second string. Root 3 5, because we know G was root. It becomes a C. Root 3 5. Then go straight up to root, which brings you over here. Look at that, it's a C shape right there. Okay, and then we just follow that C shape back down, and it brings us back down into C here. So G shape from the second string gives us a C.